Hey, let me ask you something. When you woke up this morning, what was the first thing you did?
Okay, be honest. Was it checking your phone? Or scrolling through all the social media you have? And even watching your own Instagram stories? Don't worry, we all do it. But have you ever wondered how much of who we are today is shaped by the media we consume?
From how we talk, to what we wear, to what we believe, media plays a huge role in our socialization. But in the age of TikTok and YouTube, are we really learning something or just getting distracted?
Because whether we realize it or not, we are being raised by the media. So let's dive in into how mass media socializes us and how new media might be ruining our focus.
Let's start with the basics. Mass media refers to any platforms that communicate messages to large audiences. Think of TV, radio, newspapers, movies, social media, and now even YouTube and TikTok. On the other hand, socialization is the lifelong process of learning how we develop our values, behaviors, beliefs, and identity through interaction with others in society. In simple terms, socialization shapes who we are, and media is one of the loudest voices in the room. In the past, this role belonged to family, school, religion, or books. Today, it belongs to our screens and our own fingertips. Socialization means learning to fit into society, learning the culture, language, gender roles, and even religion. And guess what? Mass media has been doing this for decades.
So, media doesn't just inform, it influences. It tells us what is normal, what's trendy, what to wear, how to look, how to act, and even what is right and wrong. So, whether it's a romantic scene in a K drama, a viral TikTok dance, or even a podcast on masculinity, and all of these are teaching us how to behave. And that's why we call media an agent of socialization, just like school, family, or the religion itself. Except this one has no schedules, no rules, and no limit on how much we consume. So, why should we care? Because today, the media isn't just influencing us, it's raising us.
Okay, kids learn gender roles from cartoons, and for example, girls grow up with Barbie, princesses, and makeup, while boys grow up with superheroes, cars, and fighting. Lol. It can influence the way you think, the way you see the world. It sounds harmless. I'm okay, but it teaches us gender roles. Media is telling us this is how a girl should act. This is what makes a man strong. Which brings us the result from K-dramas and gender norms. Its popularities among the Southeast Asians are quite concerning with its idealized romance and beauty standards globally. For example, the heteronormative love, passive female roles versus dominant male, or even easier is the classism which usually the main character of the drama are rich guys and dating a poor girl trope. But they are not just romantic fantasies, but they show idealized beauty standards, traditional gender roles, and class-based relationship. Almost every drama follows the same formula. Rich, powerful guy, humble, pretty girl in real life which create unrealistic expectations. Without even realizing it, we absorb these values and imitate them in real life. That is mass media socialization at work.
And when TikTok isn't just for fun, but it is shaping the Gen Z's identity. Save my life, this will be triggering for some Gen Z's. But as for TikTok, it is a platform that are more influential. People don't just watch content, they also copy it. And trends like that girl or it girl, where they tell the young women to wake up at 5, drink juices, and do yoga or Pilates. And TikTok has become the new guidebook for how to live and even map telling.
But now things have changed. We don't just consume media, but we are surrounded by it all the time. And that's where new media comes in fast, flashy, addictive. It's not just teaching us anymore, it's distracting us. Did you know that our attention span is just 8 seconds? That is shorter than a goldfish. It sounds like a joke, but it's real. And the cause? New media. We are bombarded by notifications, endless scrolling, autoplay, and content that never stops. And this is the culture of distractions, where every moment is designed to pull your focus, but nothing actually holds it. We scroll through 30 seconds videos, swipe through dozens of posts, and switch app constantly. But how much of it do we actually remember? And the impact is serious. It is harder to study, harder to concentrate, even harder to enjoy a full movie without checking your phone.
We are training our brains to need constant stimulation, which means silence, boredom. Even reading a book now feels uncomfortable. New media isn't just distracting us, it's reprogramming how we think, how we learn, and how we live. And the worst part, it feels normal because everyone else is doing it too.
Let's take something incredibly serious, like the Gaza War. Now think about how many people first hear about it through TikTok, not newspapers, not TV, not official reports, but 30-second clips. A crying child, a destroyed building, a trending hashtag. These videos spread fast and they hit hard emotionally. They are powerful, no doubt, but here's the question. Do they help us understand the truth or just to feel something for a second and scroll on?
And that's where things get complicated. Because, on one hand, yes, social media brings massive awareness. It gives a voice to those who are suffering. It bypasses censorships. It goes viral in seconds. But on the other hand, there is no context, no verified sources. No one is saying, here's what led to this, here is who is involved, here's what is actually happening. It's raw, it's emotional, but it's often stripped of facts, history, or balance. And that is dangerous. People might form strong opinions based on half truth or even manipulated content. Exactly. It becomes easy to consume. Too easy. You scroll, you see a heartbreaking video, you feel something, and then you move on to a mukbang or a dance challenge or a cat filter. That is the culture of distraction. You are flooded with emotions but starved for understanding. And when it comes to a real world crisis like Gaza, Ukraine, or any conflict, misinformation can literally cost lives.
That's why traditional journalism still matters. Yes, it is slower. Yes, it less viral, but it's built on principles like fact checking, multiple sources, and ethical reporting. TikTok can highlight what is happening, but to really know what's happening, we still need real news. On one hand, it spreads awareness, but on the other hand, there is no context, no fact checking, no journalism ethics. It becomes easy to consume, but hard to understand. And that's the danger.
And then we must know how to control to eating, especially nowadays with the existence of mukbanger. For some viewers, it feels comforting. They say it reduces loneliness, especially for those eating alone. It's like having a virtual dinner companion, someone to talk, eat, and be present with. But there is a darker side that we don't always talk about. Mukbang content can normalize overconsumption, not just on food, but on the content itself. People will binge watch hour-long videos. One video becomes five, and you're not even hungry, but you are watching someone devour 10,000 calories in one sitting. It encourages passive viewing. You zone out, stop thinking, stop questioning, and suddenly, you're not just watching someone eat, you are escaping your own life through theirs.
It stops being just entertainment. It becomes a form of digital escapism. People avoid their own stress, their loneliness, their responsibilities by watching others chew on giant lobsters or ramen towers. And for the creators, there's pressure to keep going bigger. Larger meals, more extreme reactions, sometimes even risking their own health. And again, this is how media slowly changes us. Not with violence, not with force, but with comfort, distraction, and consumption.
For mukbang, there are a few AC cases like this. Here is a disturbing example from right here in Malaysia. The pass out or blackout challenge. It involved teens intentionally holding their breath, choking themselves, or even pressing on each other's chest until they faint. Why? Just to record the moment and post it online for clouds. It might sound like a harmless prank, but it is not. This kind of challenge can cause serious brain damage and, in worst cases, even death. And for what? A few likes? A viral moment? So, what do we do now? Should we just delete our apps and disappear from the internet?
Well, not really, because media by itself isn't good or bad. It's a tool, and like any tool, it depends on how we use it. What we need is awareness. To pause for a second and ask ourselves, am I using media or is media using me? Because the truth is, media shapes us. Every video you watch, every reel you replay, every headline that triggers you, it all adds up.
It changes how we see the world, how we see ourselves.
So, if you're not choosing what you consume, then someone else is choosing it for you.
Let's not forget, you become what you feed your mind. So feed it well. So the next time you scroll a TikTok or binge a K-drama, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? And if it's not helping you grow, if it's not adding real value to your life, maybe it's time to just hit pause. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay aware, stay sharp.